My beloved child. Stop scrolling for a moment. Do not rush past these words. There is a reason your eyes landed here at this exact moment. There is a reason your heart felt the urge to pause. Out of countless voices competing for your attention, something deeper guided you here. Something ancient. Something unseen. Something that has been quietly moving behind the scenes of your life long before you realized it. What you are about to hear is not an accident. The message did not arrive late. The message did not arrive early. It arrived exactly when your spirit was prepared to receive it. And today, there is one particular mystery heaven wants to touch. It concerns the person you are going to marry. Yes, the one whose face you may not fully know yet. The one whose name may still be hidden. The one whose footsteps are already moving through the chapters of life that will eventually lead them to you. You have wondered about this person before. Perhaps during lonely nights. Perhaps during moments when everyone else seemed to have found love while you continued waiting. Perhaps during those quiet conversations with heaven when you asked questions nobody else could answer. Who are they? Where are they? Why has it taken so long? And perhaps one question has lingered in your heart more than you realize. How old are they? At first this seems like a simple question. A number. A date. A fact. Yet heaven smiles because what you call a number is only the smallest piece of a much greater story. You see, many people focus on age while heaven focuses on timing. Many people count years while heaven counts seasons. Many people look at calendars while heaven watches souls. And that is why what you are about to hear may surprise you. Because the person destined to stand beside you was never chosen because of their age. They were chosen because of their journey. Before your paths could meet, both of you had lessons to learn. Wounds to heal. Doors to walk through. Storms to survive. Versions of yourselves to outgrow. If either one of you had arrived too early, the story would not have unfolded the way it was meant to. Pause and think about that. How many relationships ended unexpectedly? How many connections vanished without explanation? How many people entered your life only to leave again? At the time it felt painful. At the time it felt confusing. At the time it felt unfair. Yet now heaven whispers something that few people understand. Those departures created space. Those endings protected a future you could not yet see. Those closed doors prevented you from building a life with someone who was never meant to stay. The person you are going to marry was being prepared elsewhere while you were being prepared here. And preparation takes time. Sometimes more time than the human heart wants to accept. There were days when you believed nothing was happening. Yet behind the curtain of the visible world, countless pieces were moving. A conversation here. A decision there. A delayed opportunity. A changed direction. A sudden relocation. An unexpected heartbreak. A chance encounter that seemed meaningless at the time. All of it mattered. All of it connected. All of it formed a chain of events leading toward a moment that has not yet fully arrived. But today heaven wishes to reveal something else. The age of this person carries meaning. Not because the number itself is magical, but because it reflects the season of life in which they are standing. And before the number can be understood, you must first understand the soul. This individual has experienced more than most people realize. Even now, they carry stories hidden beneath their smile. Stories they rarely tell. Stories that shaped them. Stories that transformed them. There was a season when they felt alone. A season when they questioned their own worth. A season when they wondered whether true love existed at all. Perhaps you think you are the only one waiting. You are not. The soul connected to yours has also waited. They have also questioned. They have also cried silent tears. They have also stared into the darkness asking heaven for answers. The distance between you may seem large. Yet your hearts have traveled through strangely similar lessons. Not identical, but similar enough that one day you will look at each other and feel an immediate recognition. Not because you lived the same life, but because you survived the same kinds of storms. And this is where the mystery deepens. Because there is something unusual about the timing surrounding this connection. Something that has caused delays. Something that has caused redirections. Something that has made heaven move carefully. The age of your future spouse is tied to this timing. For some listening, the person is older than expected. For others, younger than expected. And for many, the surprise is not the number itself but the reason behind it. You see, society creates rules. Human beings create expectations. People say love should arrive at a certain age. Marriage should happen by a certain age. Life should unfold according to a certain schedule. But heaven rarely follows human schedules. The divine clock moves differently. What appears delayed from earth may actually be perfectly aligned from above. What appears late may actually be right on time. And your story is proof of this. There are moments in your past that now make no sense. Moments that still hurt. Moments you replay in your mind searching for explanations. Yet heaven asks you to consider a possibility. What if every delay protected something precious? What if every disappointment redirected you towards something greater? What if the person you are meant to marry needed extra time to become who they are now? The answer may change how you view everything. Because this individual was not simply growing older. They were growing wiser. Every year added something valuable. Every setback taught them something essential. Every heartbreak expanded their understanding of love. Every challenge refined their character. And there came a moment when heaven looked upon their journey and said, "Not yet." Not because they were unworthy. Not because they were forgotten. But because another lesson remained unfinished. Another chapter remained unwritten. Another transformation remained incomplete. And while they were learning those lessons, so were you. That is the secret many people never discover. Destiny is not only about finding the right person. It is also about becoming the right person. You have changed. You know this. You are not who you were 3 years ago. You are not who you were 5 years ago. The version of you reading these words today carries wisdom that your younger self did not possess. You have seen things. Learned things. Survived things. And heaven used every experience to prepare your heart for what is coming. But there is another revelation. One that has been hidden until now. The age of the person you will marry is connected to a chapter that is reaching completion. A cycle is ending. An old season is closing. A door is preparing to open. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it yet. But spiritual shifts often happen before physical evidence appears. The seed grows beneath the soil long before anyone sees the flower. And right now, beneath the surface of your life, something is growing. Something is moving. Something is aligning. You have sensed it. Perhaps not clearly. Perhaps only as a feeling. A strange anticipation. A quiet expectation. An unexplainable sense that something important is approaching. That feeling is not random. Your spirit notices movements before your eyes can see them. Your soul often recognizes change before your mind understands it. And that is why these words found you today. Because a veil is beginning to lift. Not completely. Not yet. But enough for you to glimpse the possibility that your waiting season may not last forever. The person you are destined to marry has been walking through a significant transition. One that affects their future. One that affects your future. One that affects the life you will eventually build together. And the fascinating part is this. Their actual age reveals something unexpected about where they currently stand. Most people assume age determines maturity. Heaven knows better. Some souls become wise through hardship. Others remain unchanged despite many years. Your future spouse carries a depth that exceeds what others expect. People often misunderstand them. People see only the surface. People judge by appearances. But heaven sees the hidden layers. The strength developed through pain. The compassion born from struggle. The resilience forged through disappointment. These qualities cannot be measured by birthdays. Yet they are among the reasons your paths will eventually intersect. Because your soul requires someone who understands more than words. Someone who recognizes silent battles. Someone who values authenticity over appearances. Someone capable of seeing the real you. And they are becoming that person right now. Even as you listen. Even as you wonder. Even as questions continue swirling through your mind. But wait. There is something else. A detail that heaven has kept hidden for a reason. The actual age of this person is not the revelation itself. The revelation is what that age represents. A crossroads. A turning point. A moment of transformation. A threshold between one chapter and another. The number is merely a symbol. The deeper message lies beneath it. And when that truth becomes clear, many pieces of your story will suddenly make sense. Think back to the moments when life seemed to push you in unexpected directions. The opportunities that appeared and disappeared. The relationships that almost happened. The plans that changed. The dreams that evolved. None of it was random. The threads were being woven together. Slowly. Carefully. Deliberately. Like an artist creating a masterpiece one brushstroke at a time. From close up, the picture looked chaotic. From heaven's perspective, it was beautiful. And now, child, there is a reason your heart feels stirred. There is a reason these words feel personal. There is a reason something inside you keeps saying. Keep listening. Because another layer is about to be revealed. The person you are going to marry recently entered a period of awakening. Not necessarily spiritual in the way people often imagine. But awakening nonetheless. They began seeing life differently. They began questioning old patterns. They began releasing things that no longer served their future. And this shift changed everything. The choices they are making now are not the same choices they would have made a few years ago. The dreams they carry now are not the same dreams they once pursued. Something matured within them. Something awakened. Something transformed. And that transformation is one reason heaven allowed this message to reach you today. Because while you have been wondering whether your future is moving forward, your future has been moving toward you all along. Quietly. Patiently. Steadily. Yet there remains one final mystery for this moment. A mystery connected directly to the age you have been curious about. A mystery that cannot be fully revealed yet. Not because heaven wishes to tease you, but because the next piece of the story requires preparation. You must first understand why the number matters before you can understand what the number is. And what that number reveals about the exact season your future spouse is entering may leave you speechless. Because it connects to a decision. A major decision. A decision they have either recently made or are about to make. A decision that changes timelines. A decision that creates new possibilities. A decision that influences how and when your paths finally cross. Even now the pieces are moving. Even now the story is unfolding. Even now unseen doors are shifting. And as this chapter closes, another begins to emerge from the shadows. But the truth about their actual age. The truth about why heaven has hidden it until now. And the shocking connection between that number and the moment your lives finally intersect. That revelation belongs to the next part of this message. And when it is revealed, you may never look at your journey the same way again.